I had a physical form when I was just beginning my zygotic journey in my mother's womb. An anomalous mutation occurred, where what was supposed to be a normal human baby was fused with gamer DNA. And the two of us combined an harmonious fusion dance, and now, just look at me. Take a good hard look at me. This is peak performance. Very clear at even a glance. I was born to be a gamer. And throughout my 31 years on this earth, I have learned many important life lessons. Not every pee-pee time is a poo-poo time, but every poo-poo time is a pee-pee time. I've also learned that it's just not worth it to force myself to play games I have no interest in. So, the new Pokemon game just dropped, Pokemon ZA. Even before it released, I was skeptical on how good it would be because everything they showed looked like somehow an even bigger step backwards for the franchise, but I'm always open to being wrong. I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 and I have no plans on getting one, but Pokemon ZA is on the OG Switch as well, so I decided to tune in to some streamers, watch some gameplay, and see what people are saying about it. And Santa Claus rolled around bearing gifts, people were very excited, but to me it looks like a big old lump of coal. This somehow looks worse than Pokemon Scarlet Violet. This shit looks like my wrinkly nutsack. It is...
Newspapers.com. The past. Read all about it.
Join ICE with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Join.ice.gov.
Crazy to me. Pokemon being the most profitable IP in the history of our species still doesn't do the bare minimum when it comes to its mainline game entries. I really cannot understand it. Now, if you're enjoying Pokemon ZA, don't let me come in here and fart, toot all over your fun, whatever. Enjoy it. I think that's totally fine. But for me, it has become so incredibly stale to the point that it's almost insulting the lack of care Game Freak puts into these games. Like, there is not only so little innovation. I really gave a lot of charity to Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, because it felt like they were going to start trying to push things and do different things. But since then, I just feel like they took their foot off the gas, and everything in Pokemon Legends ZA feels like it's content to just be the same shit, different toilet. So, it's not for me, but if you're having fun with it, I think that's great. I'm happy that you're enjoying it and didn't, waste money on something that you ultimately don't like. I'm just giving you my perspective on it. It's a game that I'm very confident I would not enjoy, because it looks like the same fucking game I've now played a million times from Pokemon. It does not look like a game I would enjoy, thus I will be sitting it out. Something that I've been doing recently is abstaining from forcing myself to play a game just for the sake of playing the new game. And this, I can already tell I'm not going to enjoy, especially after playing Digimon Storytime Stranger. I'm going to directly compare these two things like it's the fucking late 90s again here. Digimon Storytime Stranger is the newest Digimon game that came out. And I played it on a whim, not really expecting much. I hadn't been, in the Digimon sphere for well over a decade. I loved Digimon growing up, but I was more of a Pokemon guy. Digimon I always thought had better writing and definitely was darker than Pokemon, but I had always, gravitated more towards the Pokemon IP. But I always appreciated it. And then as I got older, I just stopped paying attention to Digimon. Digimon Storytime Stranger dropped and it was getting a lot of glaze. People were really hyping it up, so I decided to give it a whirl. And the game is actually amazing. This shit turbo slaps. I'm about 5 hours into the game, and I am still learning new mechanics. There is an unbelievable amount of depth, min-maxing to this game, with so much meat on its bones. And it is everything the Pokemon formula and franchise wishes it could be. And, well, really, what it should be, honestly. The game has voice acting, by the way, which is something Pokemon games still haven't quite cracked the code on all these years later. The writing is, strangely compelling. It is actually pretty well written, with a story that I find myself invested in. The cutscenes go fucking insano style. Within the first hour and a half, a hole tears in the space-time continuum, shattering the fabric of reality as a giant fucking Digimon fist comes through like the hand of God and punches a giant mecha machine, which blows us 8 years into the past. It is actually so hype. And there is, like I said, so much depth here. I think there's 450, 460 Digimon there. But even outside of just the number of Digimon that you catch you convert in this game, you have so many build options for them with mix and matching your equipment, your attachment skills, even changing their personality around to match builds from your agent skills. Like, there is so much to do in this game. Like, the side missions are actually fun. I've only done one so far with the mystery of the missing shirts, but even that was fun. Everything in Digimon Storytime Stranger is what I wish Pokemon would at least attempt to do. It actually feels like an innovation on the formula. It is so refreshing. It also serves to showcase the potential of the genre, something that Pokemon refuses to even attempt to capture. Like, it fails to even try to reach like the actual potential that this genre offers. I have been really enjoying Digimon Storytime Stranger, but even if I hadn't played Storytime Stranger, I still wouldn't be playing Pokemon ZA. I just don't have interest in playing what appears to me to be another half-baked Pokemon game where like its big selling points that are supposed to make people pump their fist are the simplest shit ever, like being able to move during a fight. Like, if that's really how low the bar is, it's sad. Like, everything I have seen that people are praising for it are the simplest, smallest alterations on the same stale path that it has walked for over a decade now. And I just have no interest in forcing myself to play it and being miserable grinding through the 10, 20, 30-ish hours that I would put into it. I don't want this video to all just be me, you know, bah-humbugging Pokemon ZA, because there is another game that I have a very similar feeling.
Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks.
Of another culprit, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I think that game looks like the same shit again. And I am so tired of the Call of Duty cycle where I buy the new Call of Duty, I maybe find a few things to like about it for a little bit, and then I'm done after like 6 hours because it's just boring. It's just doing the same thing as I've done for fucking like 15 years now in these Call of Duty games. So, I am also sitting out Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which is the first Call of Duty game I haven't bought since Ghosts. And I am very excited to not have to force myself into a Call of Duty game just for the sake of trying it out to see if there's finally something new there. I have too many times now fallen for their hypnotism where they convince you, you know, fucking mind control you into thinking that there's something new and different about it. They did the same thing for the last Black Ops game with the Omni movement, where I really thought we were about to get like Max Payne level movement freedom expression, when really it doesn't matter at all. It is so trivial of a difference you don't even notice it. And I already know I'm going to feel the same way about Black Ops 7 based on all of the gameplay and everything I've seen from it, so I'm not going to be forcing myself to play that game either. I'll just be sitting that out too. Again though, I'm not the fun police here, so if you're someone excited for Black Ops 7, you enjoyed the betas and whatever, can't wait, all power to you. It's just not for me anymore. I'll wait for a Call of Duty that actually looks new and different in my eyes, where I'll give it another fair shake. But the whole point of me even yapping on this topic in this video is because I basically play like every game ever, and like for my gaming channel, and I've always said like I'll definitely at least try things just to see if I'm wrong about it. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed is my actual least favorite franchise in gaming. I have not liked an Assassin's Creed game in so many years. And the last one that I enjoyed to any degree was Black Flag, and I didn't even like that as much as everyone else seemed to. I really cannot stand the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I still pumped like 5 or 6 hours into Shadows and was miserable. And it was exactly what I expected it to be. So what was the point in me doing that, wasting the money, and spending that time playing that game, knowing full well the whole time that I already probably wasn't going to like it because it is just, again, the same thing. It just doesn't make sense. I'd much rather spend that time playing games that I think I'll probably like, or games that are fun shitty that might be entertainingly bad, which I also really like. So, I think just from now on, if a game looks like something I'm going to fucking hate, I probably won't bother playing it. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So, yeah.
is an unworthy bitch.
That is no way to talk about a goddess.
If you are a guardian of Egypt, the country will surely be dead in moments.
Keep talking. You'll soon find yourself without a head.
Did you stop by the broth and see my handiwork?
Your intimidation is sad. Come, let me give your car a break.
You fool to all. You think you can change any of our plans?
You will soon be dead. That is change enough for me.
Death to Cleo! We are the Gabanianis, and Egypt is ours! Hurrah! My warriors were thwarted, but I shall not be.
2 axes isn't enough axes.
Let this queen die. The only dignity she has left is death.
If death requires dignity, then allow me to decorate you. For you are the most decorated official.
Behind back!
Save a place in the duat for your brother Septimius. Hey, old man. Oh, are you injured?
Just a flesh.
Hey, Carrots, you're gonna wake the baby. I gotta get to work.
This is important, sir. I think your $10 worth of popsicles.
Pokemon Legends ZA has finally released, and is it worth it? Is it worth being the most expensive Pokemon game ever made? Well, I pushed myself to finish the game, and I can say pretty confidently, no, obviously not. We all knew it wouldn't be. Game Freak can't make a game worth $40, let alone the $550, yes, the number keeps going up, that the game actually costs to get the complete product. And even ignoring the price, the game is a disappointment in so many ways. It was so funny hearing people speculate. Sure, the game only takes place in one city, but this is France we're talking about, which has catacombs, so I bet there's a huge underground area like Tears of the Kingdom. Underground area? You can't even go in the buildings! In a city! You're expecting above and beyond when Game Freak can't even do the bare minimum. Game Freak's motto is to underpromise and still underdeliver. A small map taking place in a single location with no variety in that one area isn't even complete. I don't consider a city complete when you can't go in the buildings. But enough of that. I'm skipping ahead a bit. We'll have plenty of time to talk about the world. I just want to illustrate to you that this is prevalent throughout the entire game. It's something that you already expect to be kind of underwhelming, and it's somehow worse than that. Not that the game's all bad. I mean, just look at this Mareep. Look at him jump around. Doesn't it bring you joy? It just makes me smile. And they did try a new combat system, and Game Freak hasn't tried something new in decades. So you gotta at least give them some props for that. And the collect 'em all aspect has been greatly improved. You no longer have to catch 700 Starly to complete the Pokédex, which makes collecting them all something actually fun and interesting to do. That's all I got for the positives. If you were expecting a unbiased review where we really go over the pros and the cons, you came to the wrong place. Maybe if the game was $40 and DLC wasn't announced before the game even came out. If you didn't need Nintendo Online and were forced to play a ranked mode that I promise you will be terrible to unlock content that is already in the game, maybe I'd be a little more charitable. Believe it or not, not I wanted to like this game. I love Pokemon. I've played every Pokemon game, and I've really only disliked one of them. In as much as the money grubbing stuff bothers me, I didn't really interact with any of it. I'm not buying the DLC. I played the Switch 1 version of the game, and I don't have Nintendo Online. So I gave it a real honest try to like it, and I did at first. But the more I played the game, the more I grew to hate it. The more tired I am of being disappointed by everything Game Freak makes. From a lack of ambition, from a lack of effort, it's just lacking. Everything they make is lacking. Every time you make a video criticizing Nintendo or Pokemon, there are always people being like, oh, it's the Nintendo fanboys, the Pokemon fanboys, they're gonna get you. These aren't fans. A fan of something loves it. If you love Pokemon, why are you okay with it being dumpstered on constantly? I'm sick and tired of a billion-dollar franchise being treated like it's made by some small indie company while they charge us as much as they possibly can for what is supposed to be a spin-off. $70 game, $30 DLC, $20 Switch Online, $450 console just to play the full game and have it run properly. But that's enough preamble. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and it's time to give you 10,000 reasons why this game isn't worth $70, it's not worth $80, and it's definitely not worth $500 to get the full experience. In fact, by the end of this, I'd be surprised if you wanted to play it for free. Let's talk about the world first. Something that people are rightfully concerned about, that the entire map is just one city. And all of your fears have been realized, and probably worse, because it's a city where all the doors are painted on. Aside from a handful of story locations and some battle cafes, which are basically empty, you cannot enter any buildings, not even stores. You remember every other video game ever made? You enter a store, you talk to the counter, you buy some stuff, a couple NPCs are around, maybe they have useful information, maybe give you an item, maybe add a little flavor to the world. Nope, nothing. You get a menu. Modeling the inside of a building is far too much effort in a game that has one location. One! The game released over a decade ago with an entire region has a more believable city than the game that is only about this city. And I don't know what people were smoking to think the game would have catacombs. You get 2 underground areas. 2, which are just a series of hallways. Maybe it has some engaging puzzles, maybe platforming challenges, maybe a bunch of dangerous wild Pokemon you have to dodge past. No, nothing. A series of hallways you run through. There you go. There are those catacombs everyone was so excited about. It's just a sewer, you know, where this game belongs. So given the entire world is just the surface of one city, not including the insides of any of the buildings, what could possibly make exploring this world interesting? Nothing. The answer is nothing. They have done nothing to add variety to a single location. The city rooftops you explore from the beginning of the game is exactly the same as the one you're doing at the very end. There is no meaningful difference through any of it. You don't even get new movement abilities. You get one. You know, in the last game, you could fly, you could climb, you could do all this cool stuff. Now, you get one midair jump, and you can only do it while falling. So it's not even like a double jump. That's it. So the whole game is just this, what you're seeing right now. Do you see what I'm saying? When the game is interesting for 3 hours maybe, and then it gets real old real fast. But of course, the variety comes from the wild areas. The wild areas are sectioned off city blocks or parks where wild Pokemon can be caught and attack you. Actually, they can do that through the rest of the city too, but they're more common here. So surely there must be some variety there. No, there isn't. It's just more city blocks or a small park. That's the entire variety. The most different it gets is one wild area, just one, has some snow. Isn't that exciting? A regular game has you going from snowy mountaintop to swamp, to cave, to forest. What do you get in this? You get park or rooftop. That's the whole game. 20 hours. Park, rooftop. One sewer section. It's a joke. So the world itself is boring. But who cares? What about the things that you do in that world? Maybe that's cool. Of course not. You have your Ubisoft collectibles, like screws that you get for completing platforming challenges. And I'm using the term platforming really loosely, which you can use to get an EXP boost, maybe get resources faster, catch Pokemon easier, because the game wasn't easy enough already. You also have crystals all over that you have to make your Pokemon use moves on them to break them, which slows down the pacing of the game, because you need to collect a whole lot of them to get some of the Mega Stones. I guess finding TMs is pretty cool, but in order for the finding to be fun, the exploring has to be fun, which exploring the exact same copy-pasted rooftop 500 times is not fun. And the funny thing is, I could forgive all of this if at least moving around was fun. But no, you get nothing. No bike, no roller skates, remember those? No riding Pokemon, nothing. Just run around and the worst double jump you've ever seen. Scarlet and Violet could get away with having a barren, empty world because at least it was fun to move around. You could run real fast and jump real high and fly. It was fun to move around. Here you get nothing, because if they gave you anything, you'd realize how small, uninteresting, and lame the world is. I mean, how could you have all these platforming challenges if you could jump and fly? Who wants to climb buildings? It's not like that's been in every game ever. All right, so it's not fun to explore, not really anything cool to find. What about the side quests? Well, the game has a ton of side quests, at least 100, maybe more, but unsurprisingly, when there's that many of them, they're real bad. They're about as lazy as they could possibly get. There are only 3 side quests. It's Battle Guy, Go Walk Over There, or Show Me Pokemon. And because it's a Game Freak, it is much worse than it sounds. It's watch a cutscene, battle Guy, who has 3 Clefairy that know only Metronome, so it's impossible to lose, then watch another cutscene and get rewarded with basically nothing. And that's about half. Maybe half of the side quest is just battle person who has 1 Pokemon, maybe 2, impossible to lose, and get rewarded with nothing. It's money, which is worthless in this game. You get an insane amount of it, or it's a TM you don't need, or it's berries. End game missions. In fact, some of these side quests are post-game, and you get berries as the reward. And these are the better side quests. How about watch a cutscene, follow the Pokemon, watch another cutscene, follow them again, watch another cutscene, follow them again. And it's not like you're doing anything, you're just walking there. Maybe there's a jump, which all culminates into a battle with a singular wild Pokemon. Isn't that incredible? And these are multiple. There are multiple side quests that are just this. And then finally, a bunch of missions that are just, hey, do you have every color of Floette? Cool, good job, thumbs up. And I'd say those 3 things are like 90% of the side missions. And everything in between isn't better, it's worse. Like, how about just use a move on this stationary object? Good job, you did it. That was worth the multiple cutscenes. I keep emphasizing the cutscene part because these honestly wouldn't be that egregious if it wasn't for the constant pausing. You get 30 seconds of gameplay where you completely obliterate them and then 2 minutes of pauses. The best side quest is one I did in the very beginning, and it's just a go walk over there quest. But at least it's a sort of hidden area, and as a reward, you get a shiny Mareep, and I love Mareep. That's the bar, by the way. The bar the rest of the quests can't meet. The expectations, they were just so low, and yet somehow too high. And that's the game world. Boring, lacks variety, nothing to see or find, not fun to traverse, and it's everything you should have expected and worse. Now, before we get to the gameplay, I want to talk about the story just a little bit. No spoilers yet. Not that the game really has a story to spoil, but if you really don't want to hear anything about it, use the timestamps to skip this section. Now, you're a part of a crew of a couple dweebos, and the leader of your crew is in debt to a loan shark. And I'm talking a real loan shark. Your team leader likes to help people out around the city, helped one of the loan sharks, and as a reward, she got offered a loan to make a video advertisement for the hotel you guys stay at. And in the hidden fine print. They specifically say it's tiny text she could not read. It has an insane interest rate where this 100,000 Poké loan accrued 1 million Poké in interest over the course of a couple days. Not years, days. So you go to the loan sharks because you got to help your friend out, and they put you into indentured servitude. You have to do their bidding to pay off not the loan, just the interest, and it's potentially forever. They make it clear that you might have to work for them forever. It's however long they want you to work. So in this Pokemon game, there are creditors who enslave you through predatory loans. And guess what? They're the good guys. Yes, the predatory loan sharks are...
Reach your impossible, Lenovo Legion.
The main reason I keep coming back to shop with Misfits Market is for these pretzel pieces. In the process of coating pretzels in chocolate, a portion of them get broken, and we happen to think these broken pieces are even better than the original. Not only do they have a better chocolate to pretzel ratio, they're also perfect over ice cream. That just...
Good guys, the heroes of the game. How, you ask? Well, of course, the indentured servitude, the literal slavery, because you are not paid, and it is not clear when, if ever, the debt would ever be repaid, is actually community service. They're making you do good things. Can we talk about for just a second how insane this is? That this is actual propaganda? That they're trying to sell creditors, the most evil people on the planet, who would drown you in the liquefied remains of your entire family for 4 cents? That tricking and then enslaving someone over a mountain of debt is righteous because they're doing it for the right reasons. I know I say Nintendo is evil, and it's a bit of an exaggeration, a good YouTube thumbnail. This is actually evil. An innumerable number of human lives have been destroyed under the weight of debt and interest. And they're teaching children. This is a children's game. They're like, Lil Timmy, the creditor's a good guy. I know you lost your house and you're living on the street now, but that investment banker really needed that 10% so that he could make the city a better place. When I said I was gonna teach the kids about the Federal Reserve, they were supposed to be the bad guys! Anyway, I just think it's a bit silly that the giant evil mega corporation is trying to teach our children that debt collectors are good, and that tricking someone into going into debt is super cool and fun. Now for the slightly bigger spoilers. Not that I'm spoiling anything that happens. Is it even a spoiler to say what doesn't happen? The whole plot of the game is, ooh, rogue mega evolution, and ooh, wild Pokemon going crazy. And there's a mega corporation that's setting up the wild zones to keep in all of these wild Pokemon. And they're in control of Lumiose Tower, which no one can enter, and is emitting strange energy. And as a player, you're immediately like, oh, they're evil, right? The mega corporation controls everything, creates wild areas throughout the city where you take an apartment complex and a small business, and it is now surrounded by dangerous Pokemon that attack you on sight. You now have to fight for your life just to go home. So clearly these guys must be evil, right? Nope, they're not evil either. Nobody's evil. The game does not have an evil team, doesn't even have any bad guys. There are no villains in this game. This is what I'm talking about, where I'm saying the game might as well not have a story. The villain of the game, if you call it that, is just big old guy made a defense structure for the evil team back in Gen 6, and now it's going crazy. So you have to go stop it. That's it. No evil team, no grand plan, no ideals fighting against each other, nothing. Everyone's a good guy. Riveting. I just don't see why Nintendo and Game Freak would make the giant mega corporation and debt collectors good guys. Really makes you think, huh? It's funny because they even mock you in the game. There's a crowd of people being like, I know you guys are behind all of the rogue mega evolution. I know you guys are behind this. And you have to fight these people off. And I'm like, surely there must be a twist. Nope, no twist. The big, evil mega corporation is a good guy. You will pay $70 for the game. You will pay $30 for the DLC. You will pay $20 for Switch Online. And you will pay $450 for the new console. We're the good guys. You're evil for questioning us. Whatever. No more spoilers. Spoiler time over. On to the gameplay. Now, the big selling point of ZA is the real-time combat, and I hate it. I really don't like it. It's not egregious, but it's really just spam all your attacks to win, which wouldn't be too bad, because the animations are pretty cool, but it's just so jank. The real problem is you can't order your Pokemon to move around without using a move, and even then, it's an invisible targeting reticle, so you'll use a move like Surf, which targets the enemy Pokemon, no problem. The attack will always come from and go to exactly where you expect. But then you use a move like Psychic, which actually targets a few feet in front of you, meaning the Pokemon who just surfed through someone now has to run all the way back to you to then start charging the attack, and only once that's done do they finally just attack the enemy. On its own, this makes the combat feel sluggish, because it's wait for the move to charge, use the move, wait for your Pokemon to run off somewhere to then charge another move. What's even worse is fainting, because your Pokemon would have won and attacked faster, but decided to do a little run instead. It's not like it matters that much, because again, you're not really losing any of these fights anyway, but it just feels bad when half the time you're not actually attacking, you're either running around or charging. What makes it worse, and it is something they had to do, is when your Pokemon switch in, they do a big cry, because you can dodge an attack by switching, so it'd be kind of unfair if you could immediately act after that. But this also occurs when your Pokemon is fainted, meaning you just lost a Pokemon, you throw in a new one, and they immediately get a free hit on you. It's all just intentionally unresponsive. I want to hit the button, and then something happened. I don't care what you have to do to make that occur, but that's what every other game does, and I like it that way. I hit the button, something happens. Immediately, not later, now. It also doesn't help that the Pokemon can just get stuck on stuff. Using Talonflame was a nightmare. It got stuck on everything, and it just won't attack, because if it can't make it to the other Pokemon, it just won't do anything. Also, your attacks can get stuck on lips. Like a tiny little lip on the ground can block your attack, and now you just did 0 damage and they hit you. I feel like I'm complaining about nothing though, because Mega Evolution is so OP, none of this matters. One Mega can usually sweep an entire team, because the game has a Mega Bar now. As you deal damage, you get more points in your bar. When it's full, you can Mega Evolve. You can also use points in your bar to use plus moves, which just make your moves do more damage. All Megas only use plus moves, meaning not only do you get the huge stat boost, but all of your moves deal more damage too. It's insanely overpowered. You can sweep entire teams with just your Mega, and because it's a bar that fills over time,
Shark Power Detect, the best debris cleaning of any cordless.
I'm rarely speechless.
Newspapers.com. The past. Read all about it.
you can Mega multiple times in one fight, and this is a cool part of the game. A big problem with Mega Evolution is Megas are super cool, and I want only Megas, but there's no reason to ever have more than one. But now you can Mega Evolve multiple times. Mega Evolutions are insanely OP, so you're incentivized to have a team of all Megas, which is cool. I like Megas. It's also important to have a team of all Megas for the boss battles. Periodically through the game, you're going to have to fight a rogue Mega, and that means they're giant for some reason and have 1,000,000 health, and they only take real damage from plus moves. And Megas are by far the most efficient way of using plus moves. So you're going to want a Mega that is super effective on the boss, or it's going to take a year. I liked these battles at first, and I slowly grew to hate them more and more as the game went on. At first, it's like, oh, it's cool. I have to like maneuver my Pokemon to try and get them to dodge the moves because they follow you, sorta. But at a certain point, you realize they will never feint your Pokemon. Instead, they target nearly exclusively you. So it's a terrible Dark Souls boss fight where they spam the same move over and over and over and over again while your Pokemon does 2 damage to them and the fight takes an an hour and you can't dodge while ordering your Pokemon around. So if you want to get that little extra damage in and you take too many hits, you have to start the whole fight over again. Not your Pokemon, you, the trainer, gets hit too many times. You have to start the whole fight over again. And this is a Pokemon baby game we're talking about. If you just don't attack and you only focus on dodging, you will never get hit ever. The only reason you lose these fights is because they take so long and you're trying to speed them up, and because of that you get hit too many times and now you have to start over. I never lost a Pokemon battle one time, but my trainer died a bunch of times. It's extremely annoying trying to order your Pokemon around who just run around wherever they want, charge up their moves, really sluggish and annoying, while trying to dodge giant AoE attacks that come from everywhere. I'm just trying to pass through, dude. I want to catch a Bagon. Leave me alone, Salamence. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. It's not fun. I know some people think it's neat, but I'd rather just play Dark Souls if I wanted to play Dark Souls. I play Pokemon to play Pokemon. The Pokemon should fight the other Pokemon, not me. Now, maybe this would be more interesting if you had more interesting movement, you know, like roller skates, that thing that Gen 6 was known for. No, you get one dodge that you can use sometimes, as long as you're not ordering your Pokemon to do something, which you're doing 99% of the time. Now, you don't actually have to worry about getting hit in the regular Pokemon battles, which is what you'll be doing most of the time. The actual gameplay loop of the game is at night. You have to battle a bunch of people to rank up in the ZA tournament. You go from Z to A, and every time you want to rank up, you have to do a boss trainer battle, you know, like a gym leader. But wow, that's a lot of gym leaders, and you have to battle a bunch of trainers just to get the right to then rank up. Now, you can get these points pretty fast, given you can sneak up in one shot to start a fight with a trainer that probably only has 3 Pokemon to begin with. I already don't like having a bunch of filler battles, but it's pretty pathetic that even at the very end of the game, you're fighting trainers with like 3 Pokemon, and really it's 2 because you're one-shotting the first member of their party before they even get to start. I don't know who thought stealth mechanics in a Pokemon game was a good idea, but either way, that's a lot of gym leaders. Z to A, that's insane. Now, of course, it's a trick. This is a Pokemon game. Remember, under promise and under deliver. Sure, you go from Z to Y, but then you jump from V to F. Yeah, so the vast majority you're just skipping through. The game like tricks you into being like, wow, this game's gonna be pretty long. Nope, sorry. The game really would have a great gameplay loop if it was just a better game, where during the day you explore, then at night you fight a bunch of Pokemon battles, and then you conclude the day with a boss battle. And then you do that all the way up until A rank and the game's over. Too bad the exploration sucks because the world is bad. The battling isn't so great either, and I guess they recognize this. That's why you skip most of the letters, and most of the game is, oh, you have a placement match. It's time to fight the boss to rank up to the next letter, but now we have to do some story stuff to go find that person. It's weird because it's not like you don't have a bunch of boss trainer battles, because it'll be like, okay, we have to go fight this guy, but first we have to do this boss battle against this trainer. I feel like they originally planned for you having to go through all of the letters, but they realized it'd just be way too much padding, which it wouldn't have to be padding if they didn't make all of the regular trainer fights a joke. I know at this point I'm just complaining to complain, but there's also way too many refights. You will fight a trainer and then have to fight that same trainer again 10 minutes later. It's like, I've trained, it's time for a rematch. I just saw you. Whatever, enough of the gameplay. It's time to talk about what everyone really cares about, or me, which is the new Megas. And why do they look so bad? What do they do? And why do I kind of like them? I don't know why people feel the need to defend garbage. That they'll show a Mega, everyone will be like, wow, that looks really terrible. And then a bunch of people will come out of nowhere and be like, actually, I like it a lot. And now, all of a sudden, that's me. I think I got brain damage. Starmie is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love him. And then I saw the picture of the Mega, and I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Why have they done this to my boy? But after fighting him as a boss, I'm like, I think I actually love this guy. He's awesome. Just look at him run. Imagine that running at you. Imagine the true fear you would feel. There's just something alluring about it. I don't know. Also, Mega Scrafty, it just speaks to me. He's got a hoodie and it's white. Now, I'm not saying I like them all. In fact, some of them are some of the worst things I've ever seen. Mega Clefable, horrible. Mega Excadrill, look what they did to my boy. How does he move? And Mega Feraligatr is a toilet. They just made him a toilet. Why? But I think the laziest one is Mega Skarmory. I love Skarmory, but they're just like, all right, he's yellow now, and his feet are real big. Can they at least try? try like a little bit? Like, come on. Whatever. There'll be some guy who'll be like, that's my favorite. I love the color yellow. I eat mustard. I don't know, man. I think that's all I got. Don't buy this game. It's not good. It's just disappointing. Aren't you tired of disappointments? They made one pleasant surprise, and they've taken that goodwill and are using it to milk their audience completely dry of all the money they could possibly take for a product that is low effort, low imagination, has no ambition. They tried one new thing and sacrificed everything else for it, and it's not good. Making a Pokemon game, making an open world game that takes place in one area with no variety was never going to be a good idea. It was never going to work. This game was a failure at the planning stages. Exploring one city is already not that interesting, but a city where you can't even go in the buildings with no movement abilities? Ignoring the DLC, ignoring the required online, ignoring the $10 upgrade. The game's still not good. It's not worth it. Maybe for $40. And if you skip this part, it'll be confusing, but trying to convince kids that creditors and evil corporations are actually good guys, the game is mocking you for buying it. Now, I haven't discussed performance at all because I played this on Switch 1, which obviously isn't ideal, and my Switch console is really weird. But even with all of that, the game ran perfectly fine. I honestly had no trouble. Being stuck at 30 FPS, kind of lame, but I don't really care. Now, I don't think that suddenly makes the game worth buying. It's not impressive to have a game that runs without a ton of glitches and bugs, but it is surprising for a Pokemon game. Anyway, that's the review. Unfortunately, there is no twist at the end. I genuinely was pushing myself to finish this game. Not a fan. Anyway, bye.
Tony, what's going on? Tell me you found that cube. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I have eyes on Loki, 14th floor. I'm not Loki. And I don't want to hurt you. I can do this all day. Yeah, I know. I know.
I wanna sue the best like no one ever has. These pals look like mine. Yo, Nintendo's on your ass. Lamball, Fox Parks, Pangolins Wild, Nintendo saw it ain't too mild. Katiba, Cinema, the talk go flying. But the Pokemon lawyers, yeah, they spying. Gotta sue 'em all. Pocket pair. I'll search across the land, look far and wide. Throw spears from her hand, the power that's inside. Warsix, creeping, Grisbolt shot. Nintendo kicked the courtroom door unlocked. Cease and desist with that classic flair. Yo, that's Pikachu just with more hair. Sue them all. Gotta sue them all. Pocket pair. Daydream, Flamvel, Tansy, Bristlove, Depressa, Goffin, Lysandra, Reptiro, Blazma, Dudma, Astrodon, Menacing, Incineram, Relaxosaurus, Univolve, Catris. Gotta sue 'em all. 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 Chickapee, Vixie, Ruby, T-Fam, B-Guard, Digtoys, Penking, Bear Dash, Arsa, Rushwar, Capriti, Melpaka, Bushy, Wixen, Egg-Tier, Deer, Nightwing! Oh my god. At least 100 more to see. What idea was this? To copy them is my destiny. Oh my god. Lunaris, Orser, Kitsune, Dinosaur, Lily, Anubis, Valerian, Suzaku, Aqua, Jet Dragon, Hellspire, Frost Stallion, Knock, Quiver, that's all. What's that? We gotta cease and desist? This rap's not even out. What do you mean we gotta continue? Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. Mao, Chill It, Dire Hell Dash, reminding folks of the Nintendo cash. Power World's lit, said Gamers Online, but the legal team said they crossed the line. You wanna copy the best, but truth is we stole our designs from Dragon Quest. Sweeper, Floppy, Lavander, Elizabeth, Ragnarok, Cyberlex, Masando, Lux, Fuddler, Belanoir, Xenolore, Jormantide, Shadowbreak, Palladius, Necromancer, Blazema, Ryu. Gotta sue 'em all. Gotta take those critters down to court. Gotta ensure that Power World gets no single pork. Gotta sue them all. Gotta take those critters down to court. Make sure Power World never gets a pork. Gotta sue them all. There. Are you happy now?
I've never been happy.
I did it. There's your Power World parody rap that took me a bajillion years and honestly didn't turn out at all like how I wanted. I envisioned something way bigger, but I don't really make that much. But if I did, I would have invested all of that into a beautiful animation. Instead, we got a pretty gay. But a promise is a promise. I delivered. And now you will hit subscribe if, of course, you want a version of that Power World parody rap video uploaded as its own standalone video. Hell, I even dress like the stupid character, okay? You will hit subscribe. You will get this channel to explode so we can finally show all those other slop channels what it looks like to put in even just an inch of effort. Welcome back to the channel. The day is finally here. Pokemon ZA is out and Power World's still better.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Hell, I would argue Digimon Time Stranger is also better, but I will save that opinion for my Nintendo Alternatives video. And well, what are the results? Well, the results are, I guess it's fair to say, Pokemon Legends ZA is not living up to the hype. But then again, I mean, if you're expecting a single Pokemon game past 2020 to even resemble being the richest IP on the planet, well, let's just say you have a better chance of not getting stabbed on a bus randomly in North Carolina. The reception online has been some of the most entertaining shit I've seen in a while. Nintendo fans are in complete denial. They are trying their absolute hardest to salvage what is 100% a disappointment, and they know it. So many cut corners, so much cut content, underwhelming visuals, greedy monetization. Pokemon Legends ZA is nothing more than a justification to buy a Switch 2 because if you play this on the Switch 1, you might have a seizure from the frame rates.
Oh my god, a Skidoo!
We'll reconvene tomorrow at the gardens. You prove your worth tenfold to
my game froze!
You truly are great Magi's.
No! No way! Please get what you fucking deserve!
Did you know 90% of all puzzles are flowers, animals, or landscapes? Well, we thought that was boring.
Yes! Crash more! And it's good that the game crashed on him too. Because rumor going around is that there's no option to disable autosave for Pokemon Legends ZA. So is this $400 investment worth it? Let's have a look. As of now, the game has scored an 80 from critics, who, mind you, we should never really take serious anyway, but it really says a lot when the gaming journalists that threw Dragon Age Veilguard a high score cannot enjoy this slop. Truly remarkable. So right now, one of the biggest issues plaguing the game is a lack of voice acting, and I can't believe I'm actually gonna say this, but I was personally never really that off-put by Pokemon not having voice acting until the internet actually explained to me in autistic detail why it should, and honestly, I can't argue with them. They're right. Especially coming off of Digimon, a game that probably doesn't have anywhere near close to the same budget, and yet it still provides voice acting, and yet over here, Game Freak, with the most profitable intellectual property on the planet, cannot provide such a basic feature that really makes Pokemon Legends ZA look kinda retarded when the characters are just miming and gesturing. Here's an example. I mean, come on. Tell me this doesn't look stupid. I mean, it looks fucking retarded. No voice acting. What, all the characters are just mutes? This is one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever experienced in a video game. I genuinely cringed during this cutscene. This is the biggest media franchise in the world. This is inexcusable for Gen 10. It needs to have voice acting. When you put it that way, it's kind of hard to argue with them. They're right. How in the world does an intellectual property bigger than some countries not even have the ability to feature voice acting? Did Game Freak cheap out on voice actors? Because they certainly cheaped out on the game engine. And per usual, the person being ratioed here in this tweet, as you can see, 96,000 likes, is Nintendo Prime with his pitiful 1.5 thousand likes, saying, I discovered over the last 24 hours that so many people want voice acting in Pokemon. I don't disagree with you. I enjoy voice acting in games. Didn't realize the desire for Pokemon to have it was this strong. Why? I kinda like that my kids have to read when they play.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck the kids?
Yeah.
Really? You're bringing in your kids? Why? Why would you do that? Why? You're really gonna bring in the kids as a sympathy card? Jesus Christ, you really do deserve that 96,000 ratio, alright? My God. If I wanted my kids to learn to read, I would buy them Clifford or Arthur or Bear-Stained Bears or some shit like that. I ain't buying them goddamn Pokemon, which is notorious with translation issues. Jesus Christ. I mean, this horrendous lack of voice acting is so noticeable in other cutscenes. Like, look at this one. I mean, you can clearly hear them patting, stepping, moving around, and they gesture their lips, but there's just no voice acting. It's off-putting. When indie devs are able to put voice acting into their titles and you can't? I mean, even Silksong has voice acting, for the love of God, Game Freak. People are right. You're releasing this $70 game and you're too cheap to even have the characters talk? It looks stupid, but not as stupid as some of the other stuff we're about to see. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that this is what your average Pokemon Legends ZA character looks like, and this is what your average Digimon character looks like, you know? If you want something to goon to, for some odd reason, Bandai is coming through. Not that you should want to goon to the world of Pokemon anyway, but I'm an adult, and the choice is just made all that much easier because of my age. But minus this, I don't really consider this a legit criticism of the game. Here's something that really did piss me the fuck off though, because we found out just yesterday that both Trico and Staraptor were in the Pokemon Legends ZA beta, but later removed for the DLC. That's right, Trico, a staple of the Pokemon franchise at this point, is paid DLC.
I just can't believe this.
Hey, Dad, keep your
you
voice down.
whore!
Holy fuck. Seriously? You mean to tell me that the beta had more Pokemon than the full release? The things people actually wanted in the game were just locked away. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is something that Digimon failed at too, because Digimon also locked away content behind DLC, which doesn't make it any better. But by God, Game Freak, you're gonna go ahead and tease us with the tip showing us all the potential Pokemon, and then when the full thing comes out, after people have finally paid their money, you say, yoink! Gotta pay if you want those Pokemon from your childhood. And that's how Game Freak always gets you, isn't it? Appealing to your nostalgia, to your childhood. Memba Trico?
Build your Roman Empire. Anno 117 Pax Romana, available November 13.
Automate dev maintenance with Azure. Free yourself to focus on innovative new projects and spend less time on routine tasks. Try Azure for free and start innovating with 65 plus always free services.
Oh yeah, I remember Trico. $30. Fuck off. Eurogamer's not enjoying it all that much. They actually gave it 3 stars. Pokemon Legends ZA is a mix of older ideas with new ones, and one that arguably finds the most enjoyable balance yet, and it also feels a little abridged, a little self-contained. Oh no shit. We just found out the game has to load the entire goddamn city, which is why it's so low in detail. And then over here, Gfinity gives Pokemon Legends ZA a 7 out of 10. A decent enough game that fails to innovate in the same way Legends Arceus did. Pokemon Legends ZA feels like a wasted opportunity that may only be worth it for diehard fans. I mean, those are the only people who buy Pokemon. Actually, I take that back. Pokemon's very mainstream these days. It's not just people from the 90s playing it anymore. Pokemon Go brought in a huge chunk of new players, and unfortunately, because such a garbage game was their introduction to Pokemon, they'll just accept any garbage going forward. What I really love, though, is the salt being produced from the Nintendo fanatics and the Pokemon soy cucks, who cannot accept that what people are saying about the game is more than just criticism. They're just, at this point, stating basic facts that offend them, like this Rock Solid guy here. Day 1 DLC, $30. Small regional decks. Map is only one city. Most of the shops are purely aesthetic. There's literally 0 3D assets on the side of the buildings. I mean, models that look worse than the 3DS games. Still terrible graphics even on PS4 tier hardware. Pokemon keeps reaching new lows. I fucking hate Pokemon, but when this babbling knuckle dragging ape and any of the other troglodytes that follow him has shit to say about the franchise, it makes me reconsider everything. I'm going to install ZA as soon as possible and complete the Pokedex. Fuck you! Oh my god. Spite buyers. There's nothing worse than a spite buyer. They don't make the industry better. They feed into some of the worst problems gaming has ever seen, and they don't even enjoy the shit they buy. Their existence is a pimple on the ass of the gaming industry. You can tell most of this is just spiteful rhetoric, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's because these two share completely different political views, and that's really probably it. Because nothing that man stated was wrong. You're gonna buy the game because he said the truth? Nah. Pokemon fans are pathetic. They don't even buy these games because they enjoy them. They literally buy them because of tweets that offend them. What a pathetic fan base. Well, right now, people are experiencing other issues in the game. For instance, shinies teleporting away from them. Boop, and they're gone. Gotta go again. And still gone. Oh shit, that person's emulating the game. That might be why. We already have people pirating the game that is based. I love it. Why are people complaining about the graphics? What a beautiful game. I mean, if this was from like some AA studio and their first attempt at a video game with a budget smaller than my bank account, then okay, sure. But this is supposed to be the richest intellectual property on the planet. Game Freak is by no means an underdog. They can do better than this. Hell, we know they can because they're developing another game outside of Pokemon that actually looks pretty next gen. They couldn't even push the Switch 1 to its limits. Nintendo guys are literally accepting the bare minimum at $70 when you can pay less than that right now for games that are 10 years old and look 10 years ahead of this. Well, anyway, to end it off, Pirate Nation then tweets, Power World won. Oh my god, 32,000 likes. The sentiment still rings true. Power World is still the more enjoyable game, and it's not even complete. It's still technically in early access. Game Freak once again fails to deliver anything that wows gamers or really pushes the franchise forward. You're just gonna simply have to wait till Gen 10. You're gonna have to wait for a Pokemon game built exclusively for the Switch 2 to finally see any sort of leaps. I mean, just look at how terrible this shit looks. Look at Starmie's Mega Evolution. Just come on, that's so retarded. That looks stupid. That is supposed to be what the richest intellectual property on the planet can provide. That's it right there. Right now, a lot of people are posting glitches, bugs, performance issues, crashes. The game released with a huge day 1 patch and people are still having problems. It's been less than a few hours. Let's see what the next few bring. If you want to be there, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. With that being said, see you in the next video.
Africanga sucks ass.
From your first note to your next big thing, your sound is our obsession. All the gear you need. Advice from people who get it. Sweetwater.
There are some eternal optimists out there who say things like, breaking is a meditation. To them, I say...
Find savings on Echo this fall at the Home Depot and Echo dealers.
When the fuck did pushing that gay shit in video games become cool?
I mean, they basically are pushing the gay shit, but in a different way. And what I mean by that, in Battlefield, like, you know, you play as class. Some of the play with a women, they look like niggas. But I mean, they are in the army.
Chewy believes all pets are exceptional, especially when you feed them Pro Plan, backed by science.
Today, every business needs a website, unless this is what your business looks like. But if it's not, you can find talented freelancers on Fiverr, from designers and web developers.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and Charlie broke.
You take a shower?
been to the shop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm talking to Israel. You ready to go? I'm on this drink too.
Yeah, where all do you need to go?
Where do you need to go?
I need to really just get groceries for Malachi, and I was gonna make like a hamburger helper for dinner.
Okay, what happened to the French toast that was gonna get made?
That's not getting made, okay?
No more?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is very sad. Very much sad. That's what you want for dinner?
I just want it in general. I want it right now.
I'm not making nothing right now. I'm supposed to leave. I'm
Right.
supposed to get on with me.
Supposed to leave. Got it. No food in the house. I guess I'll make something.
Hence says why I said I was going to the store, but okay.
I'll make something.
And there is food. You just have to get up and actually cook it.
Right. No, I'll go downstairs. I think I might just make some bacon. I don't have no tomato. I guess bacon, lettuce. Do you have any mayo, lettuce?
Never mind, did that QP mayo.
I might just make myself a big bowl of oatmeal, share with the boy. Just trying to figure out. I'll feed my family. What, dude?
Where did you need to go? How did it go
I want to go to the gas station. I want to go to
How
Spirit.
did it go from, are you ready to go to, I thought you were making French toast?
Well, I thought that this time you was actually like doing something quick for the boys before we left to go.
They did. They got a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly.
There's no peanut butter though.
It's real Boston, apparently.
Okay. Don't know what to say now. What was I gonna look up again? The grocery store. I forget what I was even gonna look up, dude. I ain't grabbed my phone, just spaced. So hungry. I haven't. It's not your fault. I'm just thinking about what I want to eat. I don't have no. Oh, that's why I want to go check how much money I have.
Yeah, that probably not important. What you want to eat? How much money you got, bro?
Right, because that makes my stomach bubble on knowing how much I got or don't got. Okay. I got about enough to get me a burger and some fries. Okay. But you gotta go to Malachi's, right? No grocery shopping for him. Do me with you.
You could go to the store. I'll like being on
Should I go up to that shell up the street and try their grill grill?
You could try it.
What time do they close?
I don't know. Like, hold on.
Does Gorilla Grill the center? 4th Street? Is that it? No, that's up the street. Do you want me to get you something?
No.
So are we not going costume shopping for this weekend?
No, I wasn't ever gonna really get a real costume.
So you weren't ever gonna actually go?
Or something I have.
Are you gonna go though?
Yeah, I'll go.
But I wanted to coordinate a costume with you.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
You need ketchup, I'll be mustard.
What?
See, Bleed Dad, you notice how I thought of the coolest idea, right?
I know. I was about to commit you, bro.
You know how I thought of the coolest couple idea, and she immediately dismisses it. Holy fuck.
Hey, you know what you got to do, bro?
Not try no more. Give up.
Nah, look, hear me out. Listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
The next time y'all have a sex, right?
Shut the fuck up. You watched the comedy special where he talked about this. I don't know, but you had to have watched some comedy special, my nigga. Bruh, this nigga. mustard. Ketchup and mustard fit.
It's like, I don't want mustard fit, but okay. It's how you put a dick in her. Remember when you see you like the mustard fit? Like, you like it now? You ain't get no dick if you don't like it. You just put it in, bro. And put the tip in. Play. You want to go see mustard for Halloween? You want to get your shit. And then when y'all done, be like, yeah, I made the way for you. Go eat mustard. You trash, bro. How you don't have a pipe and don't know how to use it, bro? Come on, bro.
What?
You've been out here just slanging because you're bigger than everybody, bro. And I need to use your full potential, bro.
That's crazy,
Damn,
bro. That's crazy you're saying all this while I'm on the stream, dog. You better join the stream and say that shit too, dog.
You like Vegeta when he went Super Vegeta, bro. You like, I'm Super Vegeta, nigga. Go Super Saiyan 2, bro. Stop bullshit, bro. Go ahead and level up, man. Doing all this shit, bro.
Nigga went Kaioken.
Nigga was like his time 20, bro. Go ahead and go Super Saiyan, bro. Damn.
Nigga.
Okay, bro.
Nigga.
Stop bullshit, bro. Go ahead.
You're funny, dog.
Nigga saying that nigga shit. Nigga go Super Saiyan, bro. Stop bullshit. Use your powers, bro. You like Goku, bro, who's just around normal people, bro. So you just stronger than everybody, just slangy with his pipe. And you think you're that nigga because of it. But you ain't even using your full potential. You get what you want out of there, bro.
Nah, you right, bro.
Yeah.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game.
I hate that you stream with me, so it is what it is.
They can barely hear you. I mean, listen real closely to the microphone.
Yeah, it's the truth, bro. Put that shit in and be like, hey, what you say? You ain't gonna do what? Alright, bet. And act like you forgot about it, bro. You know how many times I done did that? And then afterwards, the girl just looking at me, staring at me like,
I don't know, bro. Where they at now?
Still texting me, bruh. On some real shit.
Bro got a harem? Bro got a harem?
No, I ain't got no harem. On some real shit, not trying to brag, bro. No woman has ever left me.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
I wouldn't lie about it. No woman has ever left me, bro. I always be them.
Hey, man, same, man.
I don't do it because I'm just to say so. They don't measure up to what I want them to be.
Right.
And the moment I see that shit, I can go. It might be 2 weeks, it might be a year. If I just said how I want shit done and it don't go that way, I give them a chance, and after that, I'm out. I ain't got time to be building with somebody. I want a family, but I'm trying to build some shit. If women don't want to get on board, cool, I ain't the nigga for you.
Right.
I had a girl one time told me I had to start being friends with one of my female friends. And I was like, I don't even talk to this girl. I wanted to let them meet. She was like, it's either me or her. I was like, Girl I've known for 11 years, looked as a sister. Her daughter called me uncle. Or a new girlfriend that I've had for a month and a half. Alright, my girlfriend I had a month and a half. Your ass gone.
Right.
He was like, what? You gonna break on me like that?
It's that easy, baby girl. It's that easy.
She was like, well, I'm just playing. Like, I didn't know you could be that serious about it. If you want to be friends with her, yes. I was like, nigga, I text her while you laying right next to me. I ain't got no lock on my phone. I ain't got shit to hide.
Right. Even me, bro. Like Israel. No, the only reason why I have a lock on my phone because I got adult videos of me and Israel on my phone, and I don't want my kids seeing those. But she knows the pin on my phone, so it ain't like.
But you cheated before, bro. So
that was a long time ago.
No matter, bro. Once you fuck it up once, it's over with. That's why
Nah,
I don't
you
do it
right.
at all.
Nah, you right.
That's why I don't do it at all, bro.
You're right, bro. That one time fucked it up for a long time.
Once you get caught, bro, it forever leave a stain in their brain.
Right. You forever a cheater.
I already told you what to do about that.
What I do about that?
Nigga, I'm streaming, bro. You want me to say it?
I mean, if you want, bro.
I said go out the country, nigga.
Hey, this a real Memphis nigga. This a real Memphis nigga.
Go out the country, bro, so this shit never be found out.
This nigga, real Memphis nigga. He said if you gonna do it, you might as well do it in Antarctica somewhere where that bitch got whole different motherfucking.
Like, bro, if you just can't control yourself, bro, go somewhere where nobody would know what the fuck going on.
Right.
You don't know you happy.
Right.
Just don't have no babies, bro.
Oh hell no. And if I do, hey, I'ma fuck with it. I'm international. Shit.
Nah, cause the one thing you don't want to do
is the baby coming back. Is a baby coming back 10 years later?
You don't want to fuck with what you got at home. Over some pussy, bro.
Nah, for real.
This where you sleep. This is where you want your peace to be.
For real,
you don't
like,
want to fuck it up, bro.
Nah, for real.
If you can't have no peace at home, why the fuck are you there for?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be discreet, bro. Like I should not have it even have to say this. Like I hate now it's out there, bro. If somebody find out, shit. Like it's over.
Nigga should have never said the secret online.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right, bro. You had to be here to know. I don't think nobody watching the stream, so you good, bro.
Nah, that's for you, bro. She could have found this shit 5 years from now.
Nah, ain't nobody seeing this. This shit.
Go.
When I die, this shit getting deleted.
Once it's in the internet, bro, it don't never get deleted, bro.
Fuck it.
That shit is forever out there.
I guess it is what it is. Bury me with it, then fuck it.
You can't bury the cloud with you, bro.
No, I'm not saying bury me like that, but I guess we taking this in the public image to the grave, I guess. I mean, shit, nigga. Can't run from it now, shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro, certain things that ain't got to be said, bro. You just do that shit. You like, you know what, out the country, well, the first time I said they should have just marked it in your brain forever, like, you right. And
nah, you is right, bro. I'm definitely.
I know, but never, like when I said, you know what I'm talking about, you be like, hell yeah, that's the panda. I'm just like, now tell me again. Damn. It ain't supposed to be no tell me again.
And you the nigga that say, alright.
I mean, like, bro, if the shit goes down, you want to sink it, fuck it. It ain't me.
Hey, I met a Memphis nigga on Bigo the other day, bro. He was hella chill. I was like, hey, yo, I know a nigga in Memphis right now. I was like, you know Talib? My nigga believe that? He's like, he sound familiar. I probably ran into him. I know, like, you don't know I mean, you a celebrity, so niggas do know you, niggas know.
I'm the most low-key, like, people know me, but the people that know me ain't the people that people gonna run into. Like, it's people out there, like, the city government that know me.
Right, yeah, he met the mayor. Isn't it a black lady or something like that?
Nah, it's just a black dude.
Oh yeah, black dude.
The new mayor I ain't met. The old mayor, the last two mayors I met. One of them I know personally because he go to my grandma's church. I know him for a long time, but and then one mayor I had his grandson was having an asthma attack.
Oh, you saved his life?
Yeah. He was like 2 years old.
Hit him with
2 or 3.
Would you hit him with that breathing treatment? What'd you do?
Yeah, I had to give him a bit of. Well, I had to give him an IV too. Give him a breathing treatment. Something easy to do. It ain't hard to get breathing treatment. It was like I broke him out of a car. He was in a car like, but about to lose his breath.
Oh yeah.
The thing about babies,
where to now, man?
Respiratory failure, they can really die for it. But it wasn't hard to fix. Anybody could have did that.
Hey, I'm gonna log off this. Hey, I'm gonna hop off the stream, go get me some food, and be back in about 2 hours.